And welcome back to my playthrough of Runebound, playing the scenario, or one of the scenarios of Unbreakable Bonds. And yes, I'm playing this solo. I have pretty much made zero progress so far right now. I'm down here delayed in the mountains of despair. How fitting is that? And I have two choices this round. First of all, I have to spend an action to stand up. And I think I can do that. There was only one minor thing that I really should have explained. I was resting somewhere here. I believe it was here and here. And I said I'm only allowed to roll basically 3 dice. So equaling the amount of my travel or exploration die. That's wrong. When you do a rest action, you always get to roll all 5 dice. And then you get basically to pick, or then you have to see if your dice match those terrain types you're on. So thanks for making me aware of this little. I keep forgetting this. Wasn't really game breaking in this case, because again I was going to Dawnsmore anyway and rest there again. So I think overall that was not that big of a deal, but still important to mention. It could make a difference in a future scenario or so. And yeah, I think let's get back to the game actually. And as mentioned, the first thing to do is to stand up. I have still 2 more actions left. And now again, I have to make, or I can have a choice. I can simply go after this crystal here. The thing is, it's very likely I have to fight again. And with my basic 3 combat tokens, I'm not sure if I will be able to make it. On the other hand, I can deliver those artifacts down here to the Madman Pass and pretty much earn $2 or 2 gold, sorry, 2 gold out of this, which would then be enough to get me the bearded axe here in Dawnsmore, which is also not too far from us right now. And I think this is really what I should be doing actually. I think, yeah, why not? Let's do that. Yeah, let's spend our first action to move down here to the Madman Pass. I have still a 3rd action left. Again, the first action was to stand up. So I think let's not go into training or whatnot. Let's do really a market action here. That's not a market action. It's basically a standard action. Sorry, the market action I would be doing in Dawnsmore. So you may spend 1 action in a shrine. Hey, we are in a shrine or at a shrine to trade in this card. And this card simply gives us 2 extra gold. Very, very nice. So this is gone. I believe it goes back to the bottom of the deck. We will not go through that. There is no chance in a solo game to go through this whole pile of asset cards. But that was pretty amazing. So we have now 4 golds in total. And I just noticed something. No, actually, we have the one with the wild. At the start of your turn, if you are in the wilderness, you may move 1 hex. So I didn't have to spend my first action to mosey to Madman's Pass. Awesome. I still have 1 thing. So I think, yeah, let's totally spend this on moving. And again, the idea is to move back to Dawnsmore as quickly as possible. So let's roll our 3 dice. And wow, that was terrible. That was really, really terrible. I can now exert re-rolling those dice, and I think I will do that actually. So I will exert this here, local quest. It's a nice card, but I think let's not waste our time on this yet. So let's re-roll that die. That's more like it. That's at least a mountain, so which lets us move some direction. And I think I can do that again. And I think I will. Yeah, let's also spend the hiker, exert this card so I can re-roll this die here. And that's a hill, and I think that's still better. No, I think that's good. So 1 moves us here, 1 moves us here, and yeah, we can move in here as well. So I think that's not too bad. 1, 2, 3. So we are moving closer to Dawnsmore. So at the start of the next, or during the next turn, we should be able to make it to Dawnsmore. Okay, that wasn't terrible. Of course, I'm now completely out of action cards or skill cards, but I have to take a training action sooner or later anyway. End of round, we are moving the time token here, which means we have to flip, or we are allowed to flip all those inactive adventure gems to the active side now, as long as no of the heroes is standing on those. But right now we have only uncovered 2 of those, and then we have still to roll for we have to roll for the infection. I think I will not delay myself. No, let's let's go for it. So we are rolling 2 dice for the infection roll. Still not a wild, so that's okay-ish, I guess. So we are not infecting any more cities. So right now, only active infection out there is up there in Forge, which is also ground zero for us. Start of the turn, we are in the wilderness space, so we are allowed to move 1 space ahead. Yeah, I think let's stick to the plan. And then, yeah, let's roll those dice. Doesn't really matter because we can, yeah, we don't have to roll the die. Doesn't really matter unless, no, we want to move to Dawnsmore. No, we will simply move in here. That's pretty much our very first action. We will take the market action next first in Dawnsmore. That's our second one. So we will draw a 4th card. What did we get? Rich Clothes. That's actually also not terrible. First of all, when we buy this one, we would gain one of those. We draw a card, so pretty much a social quest card or whatever it is. Can be nice, but maybe not, but it's like basically spending 2 actions, and that's not terrible too. And we have +1 basically on each of those things for any of those tests, and that's really, really nice. But I think let's stick to the plan. Let's spend 1, 2, 3 pieces of gold to go for the bearded axe. Good thing is Rich Clothes don't go anywhere, so we can still afford those later. So we have acquired our first real piece of equipment, which is the bearded axe, and this gives us our very first additional combat token. This one is an axe, so basically a damage symbol, and here we have a golden symbol. Always good for getting initiative. Initiative is really crazily important in some of the occasions here, but it's also this, I think, swiftness symbol, which could help us switching one of our tokens, or maybe have the opponent recast one of their tokens. But overall, it's an additional token, so it's never a bad thing. Those were 2 of our 3 actions, and I think, yeah, let's simply train third. So we get to draw 4 cards. A Divine Missile. That's nice. That's nice. It's really not bad. Defensive stance. Once per combat round, you may exert to block 1 damage. Also nice. That's actually a very nice one, to be honest. Then we have the Skilled Tracker. Whenever you exert to reroll terrain dice, you may reroll 2 dice instead of 1. Also can be very nice. And the Veteran Fighter. Oh, they're all, I believe, from the same... No, they're not. Those 2 are. Veteran Fighter. At the start of each combat round, you may set 1 of your combat tokens to a side of your choice instead of casting it. Wow, that's amazing. Really great skill cards, actually. I really don't want to exert them at all. I think those were all of our actions. We moved, we traded with the city, and yeah, we trained. So yeah, let's move to the end of the round. We have to do I want to delay myself? I think not, because I think I want to go after one of those combat tokens here soon, so we need all our actions. No, again, we are still doing okay. And yeah, let's do definitely one more turn here. So yeah, I think we could have left the die tower here, so let's re-roll. We will move first, apparently. And I think this means we have to go after this one, because yeah, I think that makes sense. So can do this. I think this counts as being a road, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm counting, I think it is. And then here and there. I could be wrong here, to be honest. I have to check the road movement here. And yes, cities are considered to be roads, so we are fine. 1, 2, and 3. This was, our first action out of 3, and I think, yeah, let's totally spend the remaining 2 actions to go after this card. So let's see what we get. And yeah, it's actually not an enemy. Thick black smoke billows across the sky. Perhaps you should investigate. Smoke in the distance. You discover a town under attack by outlaws. Test the eye, I think it's mind, to set up a trap and scare the outlaws away. Take this card as a trophy. You may become delayed to loot the town once the attack is over. If you do, gain either 2 gold or goods from any market and discard this card. 2 gold could give me the 3 gold I need, but then I have to delay myself. Oh wow, but I could get this rich clothes actually. On the other hand, the trophy is also nice, and it's a red trophy which I could use. But 2 gold. No, let's go for the trophy, I believe. So yeah, let's see. Let's do a test. That's fine. So let's draw our first. We have one symbol here, one of those mined, I believe it is. Lessons, that's not a success, so I have to exert. No, let's go for the skill tracker. So I will exert to draw an additional card. Oh, still not a success. The magic shield. Do I want to do that again? I think I do. Yeah, let's go for the veteran fighter. It will take ages to get this, so I will be able to draw again. And wow, still no success. Are you kidding me? I think, do I want to do that again? Yeah, I think I do. Let's spend the divine missile to draw again. And wow, okay. I think I really want to hold on to my defensive stance up there actually, because yeah, we can get this relatively easy. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I will not spend it. Trophy is nice, but I wanted this trophy for this skill, or one of those skill cards to learn, and I think yeah, let's not do that. But that's already the end of the round, so let's move in here. We have to resolve another story card actually. And here we have the tipping point. The largest free city is teeming with sickness. The streets are littered with the dead and the dying. Story quest. Infect Tamale. Oh, wow. If it was, no, it's not infected, so we will infect Tamale. Let's do that in a second. Tamale cannot be quarantined or cured. Poor. A hero in Tamale, though, may spend 1 to place any number of his or her ingredients on this card. When there are basically number of players' ingredients here, discard this card. Wow, that's tough. And I haven't found any ingredients yet. Are you kidding me? Wow, that's terrible. So yeah, but yeah, let's totally infect Tamale. Wow, that's such a tough scenario, I believe. Yeah, we keep this in play. Whoa, that's tough. I have no clue where to find those ingredients actually. Yeah, of course I do know it's in one of those decks, but the problem is only 1/3 of each of those decks contains actual scenario cards, and I believe not every scenario card automatically has an ingredient as a reward or so. Wow, that's massive. And then we still have to roll for infection, and I believe I still cannot afford to delay because I need all the actions now. Yeah, totally. So let's see. Yes, and first time ever we basically have to infect, I think, the nearest town to one other infection, and I think in this case that's pretty easy to determine. That should be North Red Bridge. Now we have 3 locations infected. Wow, I think if 10, basically all of those white things are black, then we have also lost the game. Of course, it had to happen sooner or later. Let's move into our turn, and I think, yeah, we have to move. So let's see. Let's roll this die. Okay, that's 1 wild. If we would have rolled 2 wilds, we could have beamed anywhere. Okay, where would I go actually? I should have made my plan maybe. First, oh, that's terrible actually. We are really lacking 1 green card here. No, okay, that's good. Again, I forgot my free ability. I'm in the wilderness, so I can move in here, to be honest, at the start of my turn. I keep forgetting that, but right now it's really important because now I can really use this die to move in here and this die to move in here. So that was my first action. Oh wow, I really should not forget that. Then with my remaining 2 actions, I will flip this adventure gem here. That's a social quest. And this time it's a scenario-driven card. Quarantined village. Nothing but shuttered doors and windows greets you as you enter the village. There is a foul stench in the air and waste fills the streets. So that's pretty much, again, one of those events I have to choose. Try to relieve the people's suffering. Ooh, you may discard 1 of your assets to gain 3 gold and take this card as a trophy. Otherwise, discard this card. Oh no, I just got my bearded axe. Or run the quarantine. Infect the nearest city or town to take this card as a trophy and gain 1 gold. Ooh, the nearest town is actually here, but I could quarantine it. So I think that's a trophy and this. I think we should do this actually. Yeah, let's do that. So we will infect this nearest town. Additionally, we will get, oops, where's the money? 1 piece of gold for that, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, we will gain this card as a trophy. Not too bad, but wow. It's really tough. And I think that's again already the end of our round. Yeah, we moved and we flipped this gem. So let's move on. We have to roll again. Now I again have to make a choice if I want to delay. There is a slight chance I could make it here. I will make it here because again I can mosey out and then do stuff. On the other hand, I could move in here and heal this city or this town. I take 2 wounds, but that's okay, I guess. And yeah, I think I will. Let's delay. So we are only rolling 1 die now. And let's hope for not a while. Okay, that's not terrible. Then we will basically move into the next round. We will stand up. I'm using my 1 with a wild, so I can move to an adjacent location. As I enter this infected town, I take 2 hits, but my very first thing will be, doesn't really matter, so I will flip this over. That's 1 action, so I will quarantine it, and then I will heal. I will fully heal because I'm in a civilized hex, which means I'm not taking any, I can fully heal. But that's again already the end of my action, of my round actually. Wow, that was really, really quick. And yeah, I think then we have to do something. Okay, then let's simply move into the next round. I think this time I will not delay myself. Was really just important for this one here. I didn't want to spread it any further. So we'll roll both dice. That's fine. No additional town will get infected. And I think, yeah, I think let's move. Let's roll our 3 dice. 1. But that's okay. That's really okay. So I think we can make it here. 1 and 2. So we'll move in here with our first action, and with our remaining 2 actions we will flip this gem, which means we have to draw another red card. And it's one of the expansion. It's a diseased priest. It's a mystic, so we have to use the mystic battle board. And let's check the reward. Gain 1 trophy or 1 ingredient. Okay, that's something cool. We need this ingredient. Cool stuff. Yeah, he does vomit. Your foe chooses and removes 1 of his or her combat tokens, then discards 1 skill from his or her hand. Okay, I think that's me. And then 2 purge, deal 2 that cannot be blocked. Okay, let's bring out the battle board. He's a mystic. His special ability says if there are any surges in your pool at the end of a combat round, deal 1 damage. The U is apparently the mystic here. And I think then let's bring out all of our tokens and yeah, start combat. Again, we will start with ours. So I think can I put this here? Something like this? Yeah, I think that's fine. So I will start with my tokens. Okay, those are 2, 1 golden symbol. Wow, an awful lot of access. That's not terrible actually. Oh, you cannot see this. I need to change the perspective in a second. But that's not shabby, to be honest. But of course, he will also cast his tokens. Okay, that's also only 1. I really have to zoom out, do I? Yeah, that's better. Those are mine. So maybe we can see them here. Hopefully you can see them now. You should. He gets +1 against magical damage. I'm not doing any magical damage, so that's fine. That's simply a miss. That's a copy one. Then this is a search and 1 hit. I have 1 gold. He has 1 gold, so I get to go first because I win on ties. But let's check out what he would be doing. And actually, that's wrong. This goes here. The first thing that he would be doing is to double his search. Interesting. And then double his search, it would go here, and then he would deal 2 damage. Yeah, I think let's spend our search here to do the crack shot. Deal 1 X for each of your unspent X tokens, which means I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of damage. Of course, he will block. It's not magical damage, so he will take 3 points worth of damage. Okay, that's not terrible. So he's already down here to 3. But my token is gone. Then he will pretty much do this. He will double this one first. But I think that should be already it. Because next I will basically do my attack action. That's 3, 4 more damage. He doesn't have any more shields. So bam, he is killed and destroyed. Wow, that was amazing. So we gain this card as a trophy for sure, but then we can choose another reward. We can gain 1 ingredient. Yes, we have to go for the ingredient. Wow, that was a very quick and very successful first round of combat. Awesome. So we have now 2 pieces of trophies and our very first cure. This is our cure. Normally we are supposed to take those tokens here. The problem is they are so awfully similar to those infection tokens. Of course they are black and these are white, but if you flip those, they're also black. Of course you can still turn, but I think let's simply make it easy. This is our first piece of cure. I have no clue from which game I took it, but we have now found one of our, I believe, 2 cures we need to go after 4 shear and more or less cure it, because we can place 2 ingredients here and then we can quarantine it. And again, if there aren't any more active plagues out there, then we have automatically won the game. But of course, yeah, we still have to find some ingredients because we have just uncovered this tipping point here, which is pretty much the same for Tamale. So I have to go to Tamale and also spend 1 ingredient. So in theory I need 2 more ingredients in order to heal both of those cities. Really, really terrible. In theory, I could immediately learn my defensive stance here, which is cool because it says once per combat round, once per round, you may exert to block 1 damage. So that's an additional shield. That's always nice. The thing is, I think I will train first. Maybe there is something much cooler coming up. So I think let's not go in too quickly on this. And I think that was my action. I moved to the mountain. I encountered those guys. Yeah, that's the end of the round. I think we have to draw our next story card, and that's usually always terrible. And here we have the refugee crisis. The land is filled with refugees fleeing their homes and searching for a place to avoid the plague, if such a place even exists. In turn order, each hero must either lose 1 gold to help the refugees or roll to infect using 3 terrain dice, infecting cities and towns nearest to his or her hex. I think, yeah, let's do that. Let's not roll those dice. We will spend the gold. We have it. So we have dodged that bullet here. That wasn't too terrible, actually. Yeah, then I'm in a wilderness. Again, I keep forgetting that. The question is, where do I want to move next? And I think I want to move maybe upward here. Yeah, let's do that. So I will move in here because again, I'm in a wilderness hex. I'm allowed to do that. Before I move, I think let's train first. So our first action is to train. So let's draw 4 cards, then we have to discard down to 4 itinerants. If your turn ends in a civil attacks, heal all damage. Oh, that's also not terrible. I can learn both actually. That's not bad. But let's see what comes out magical. You're doing your attribute test, you may use spirit instead of fist or the eye. That's okay, at least for the eye would make things a little bit easier for us. Intimidating. Doing your attribute test, you may use strength. Pretty much the same thing, but now with strength. And here we have tap life. Once per turn, when you would discard a skill to exert, you may take 1 damage instead. Okay, could keep us something. But I think first of all, let's, I don't know, get rid of, no, let's get rid of this one. We have to discard down to 4 cards anyway. Now I could train immediately, so in theory I could basically go for both of those, but there is no need unless I'm really moving into that. But I could still do that anyway. Let's move first and let's see where fate moves us. I think I forgot something. I forgot, just notice this, I forgot the roll for the infection. Let's quickly do that. I'm not delaying because I already started, so let's simply roll. That's fine, so I don't have to infect any nearest city. So now I will roll for my movement. And, oh, okay, that's now tempting. So I can move in here. So I need 1 green. And in order to pass this river, I have to use a water space, which is fine. So let's do that. 1 and 2. Let's move up here to this jam. And I think in theory here we could also encounter an enemy. So let's learn a skill. So I will get rid of this card here. Let's simply put it here in order to learn the defensive stance. We can learn up to 2 of those. Once per combat round, we make sure to block 1 damage. We have still 3 cards, so that's not terrible. We have still 2 more actions. Yes, let's flip this advantage gem. We really have to make some brokers here. Let's draw our green card. I think that was the first green card we are drawing. And we are already halfway through the game, or nearly halfway through the game. Searching for a cure, that's definitely one of the scenario. You will not give up hope until it's pried from your cold dead hands, which might happen sooner rather than later. It's an event. Explore this hex to search a nearby corpse for clues about the plague's origin. Look at the top X+1 cards of another adventure deck, where X is the number of dice you roll that match your terrain. Okay, makes sense. You may place those cards on top and or bottom of the deck in any order. Discard this card. So this way I can basically look at other piles and could put in or on top the cards that have, let's say, the ingredient as a reward. So that's very nice. Or you may become delayed to take this card as a trophy. No, I think that's too lame actually. Let's explore this hex. Let's go for this one here. We are in a green hex, in the plains. So overall, I think there is a slight chance we could roll at least 1 or 2 successes. So we roll 3 dice. It's exploration values, basically the same thing as moving. And those were 2 successes, so that's not terrible. So we get X+1, which means we can look at top 3 cards of any adventure deck. Where would I go next? And this one looks somewhat tempting, to be honest, because I can move in here and then I could more or less make it there. Yeah, let's go for the purple one here. So let's take the top 3 cards of the purple deck. And of course, you must be kidding me. None of those are from the expansion. The good thing is I can really put them now to the bottom of the deck. And I think this is what I simply do. There might be cool events out here or cool quests, but I really need progress. I need ingredients. So simply take those cards and put them to the bottom of the pile. Again, that's the end of our round. We will basically put face up the adventure champs. So that's this one, and this one. I'm not allowed to flip over this one because I'm still on that hex, which kind of sucks actually. But we want to go to a purple hex here anyway, because we have now quote unquote optimized the deck. And yeah, let's not forget to roll for infection. Do I want to delay or not? No, let's not do that. We need our actions now. And yes, of course, we have to. I think that's clearly this one here. So we have more of those things. I will, just to remind myself, I will put 1 heart on top of this so I remember, or I could know, of course, I have to take the story thingies. Ha ha ha, what am I talking about? We have these cool tokens here. So I will put it here, something like this. So I remember, okay, hey, there's something going on in Tamale. But I think I will end my playthrough for today. Yeah, we are now at the end of Act 1, so next we would move into Act 2. Different things or additional things would happen, not terrible, but still bad enough. And I really hope I caught most of my mistakes. Again, as usual, make me aware of any goofs I'm doing. I try to correct them as much as you can. Appreciate all your input so far. Keep the comments coming. Really helps me a lot, and totally appreciate it for myself. Again, a huge shout out to all of my patrons, and we have a new patron, which is Darren, so thanks so much for your support. And I think this is something I should be doing in future anyway. Every now and then give a shout out to one of my awesome patrons out there. Yeah, again, if you don't want to hear your name in my video, just let me know. But usually most of you, this should be cool. And for this, it's basically our new patron, Darren. But the others will come sooner or later too. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. And until then, bye-bye.